to NBA Countdown, presented by Straight Talk Wireless.
Now, live with a special weather update. This is ABC 27 News.
And good evening, I'm meteorologist Tomaso. We're interrupting live programming for a serious storm that we're following. It is a severe thunderstorm over parts of central Mifflin County heading toward Lewistown and 322. And unfortunately, we've seen over the last half hour, 45 minutes, a lot of spin in this storm. But regardless of the spin, we're seeing reports of wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Again, heading closer to the Lewistown area, 322. It already came through the ridges and valleys, so some of the obstacles these storms face, it's already bypassed. So again, right here's Lewistown in the center of your screen, and these two colors that you see surrounding Lewistown to the west are different velocities that we're picking up on radar. So potential wind speeds of 56 to 65 miles per hour. That's what radar is pulling up. There is already a severe thunderstorm warning in this area, but we have unconfirmed reports of a potential tornado in Franklin County originally from this storm. So a tornado is still possible even though there is no tornado warning. Again, this is the storm over Mifflin County. The line of storm still exists over parts of Perry, Franklin, and even Mifflin and Juniata counties, as I've already mentioned. So, Addis, we were pulling up some information here, and it looks like our Lewistown camera, the lights just went off in downtown. So we go over to Addis in the Weather Center here quickly.
Yeah, this is a severe thunderstorm warning now. It's a severe thunderstorm, a very serious storm moving into Lewistown. And Dan, I actually think we just lost our Lewistown camera.
No, it's still there. I think the power's out in the square. If you look closely, there's some cars. It looks like power is out in Monument Square.
It's very dark right now. Obviously kind of hard to tell to see if our camera is still up or not. But very strong winds are the biggest concern with this storm. We were looking at radar a few minutes ago, and there were wind speeds on radar of up to 60, even 70 miles per hour with this storm. So if you do live in Mifflin or Juniata counties, if you live close to Lewistown or just north and east of Lewistown, you want to get down under the lowest floor of your home or business, because these winds mean business, Dan. There's some very, very heavy rainfall, but our biggest concern right now is the wind. Notice right now over Lewistown, you can kind of see how everything's wrapped up on itself. This is right here, the edge of it. That's where the very strong winds would be as this continues to move off to the north and east at about 45 miles per hour. The severe thunderstorm warning is in effect until 8:45 p.m. this evening. Again, that's for Mifflin and Juniata counties. Just to read off a few communities here: Reedsville, Juniata Terrace, East Waterford, Strodes Mills, Yeagertown, Blacklog, Belltown, Walnut, Seven Mountains, and of course Mifflintown. If you are in the path of this storm, you just want to make sure that you're inside right now and away from windows. Dan.
Okay, and Addis, if you could do me a favor and kind of draw out one of our polygons to show where this storm is heading. You just mentioned some of the communities, but again, it's heading northeast right now over Lewistown. And again, if we can go to max 3 here very quickly. I know we're throwing some curveballs here at our directors, but max 3 is showing that this is Monument Square in downtown Lewistown. You can see there's some lights here around the square, but in general, the building lights have gone out. So we are assuming some of those gusty winds are coming through at this time. Let's hop back to max 2 now, and we'll show you some of those locations this storm is running into. So here's Burnham. So again, right along 322, and then farther to the northeast, McClure, you are also in this storm's path. And based on its history over the last half hour to 45 minutes, it has not weakened very much. So by 8:06 near Burnham, also 8:15 heading towards Swordsville. So this storm itself still containing some high wind gusts, possibly some very heavy rain, torrential rain. And again, when we zoom into these wind gusts at us, we don't see these signatures very often on velocity. But right here, that little blue square is likely upwards of about 50 mile per hour winds. That is, again, velocity based on radar. So a couple things to keep in mind. There is no tornado warning in effect for this storm yet. However, we highly recommend you head to your safe spot in your home, whether that's an interior closet or bathroom or the lowest level of your building or structure. And again, this storm heading toward Burnham, Yeagertown, Lock Mills, Belltown, and Ingleby in just about, I would say, 20 minutes time. So Addis, one more time, let's send it over to you.
Okay, and we do just have a quick update here from the National Weather Service. They are continuing the severe thunderstorm warning for Mifflin and Juniata counties until 8:45. At 8:03, severe thunderstorm was located near Lewistown. Hazard here is 60 mile per hour winds, and we do have a storm report that's just come in from Huntington County of thunderstorm wind damage. Numerous trees reported down on Covered Bridge Road. So, Dan, that storm first moved into Huntington County, and now we are already getting verification that those very strong winds have reached the ground, and that's the concern here as this continues to move through Mifflin County.
And again, western parts of Franklin County, we are getting unconfirmed reports of a possible tornado in that area from this same line of storms. So these storms are very dangerous. Again, this is your heads up, Lewistown. You should be in a safe location at this point. Areas to the northeast of Lewistown, make your preparations now. In terms of the rest of this line of showers and storms, it's all west of Harrisburg, but over the Carlisle area now. This by far is the strongest cell over Mifflin County. The rest of these are mainly just rain producers, some high wind gusts, but this is the one we continue to watch very closely, and we don't like what we're seeing on radar. That's why we popped on the air here. So we're going to stay with you here for just a couple of more moments. Again, as this storm right now crossing over 322 to the south of Burnham. Burnham right now, this is your chance. Get to your safe area. Again, that'd be the basement, an interior closet, or even an interior bathroom away from windows and doors. And Addis, you just brought up the shear here on radar. Yeah. This is showing the amount of spin that we have in the atmosphere right now. Right, Dan.
And so we were looking at velocity, and a lot of times when we look at velocity, we do this for storms that are rotating. And now, even though there is no tornado warning in effect for Mifflin County, there are some concerns that we have rotation here. If we could go full to max 2, thank you. So what we have going on here is opposing wind directions. The blue is wind moving toward the radar in State College. The red is wind moving away from the radar, away from State College. So notice right where those two colors are together, that's where we could potentially also have some rotation. Now, again, a tornado warning has not been issued yet, but of course a tornado is certainly possible with these kind of storms that have a lot of wind energy with them. So as this continues to move off toward Burnham, again, like Dan has been mentioning, move down to the lowest floor of your building, because if you don't get a tornado, you are likely about to get some very, very strong wind gusts. Our Lewistown camera looks like, Dan, is still dead at this time, or it's very tough to see just because the center of Lewistown there has gone completely dark.
Yeah, so power outages are possible. Keep your cell phones charged and with you at this time, because again, what we're seeing here on radar is indicative of some very strong winds, some rotation, and this storm could be producing a tornado at any time. It would be very tough to see as we're now in nighttime, of course, but also because there's a lot of rain around this storm. So we're going to continue to track this. Again, a severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for Mifflin County until 8:45. So we will continue to watch this. If a tornado warning were to be issued with this storm, we'll hop right back on the air. But again, for areas in central Mifflin, eastern Mifflin County, this is your chance to find your safe place in your home or whatever structure you may be in here this evening. So again, thank you for your patience with us. We're now going to send this back to regular programming. And again, if anything else were to happen, we'll be right here with you. Let's send it back now to regular programming. This is ABC 27 News.
Thanks for watching this ABC 27 News weather update.